सक्सेना सर, आप कुछ कह रहे हैं? गुड मॉर्निंग सर। आप म्यूट हैं अभी।
ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, तूफान से ही तो लड़ने खुदा ने तुझे गढ़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। अग्नि में तप के सोना है और भी निखरता, अग्नि में तप के सोना है और भी निखरता, दुर्गम को पार करके हिमालय कोई चढ़ा है। लाएगी रंग मेहनत आखिर तुम्हारी एक दिन, लाएगी रंग मेहनत आखिर तुम्हारी एक दिन, होगा विशाल तरवर ये बीज जो पड़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी है, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। वो सर्वशक्तियों से जब साथ है हमारे, वो सर्वशक्तियों से जब साथ है हमारे, हर काम उसके रहते आसानियों से हुआ है। कभी हार ना हिम्मत का कदम बढ़ाओ, कभी हार ना हिम्मत का कदम बढ़ाओ, हजारों कदम बढ़ाने वो सामने खड़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें
A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Dr. Kanika Kaur, welcome you all during the valedictory session of AICT sponsored short term training program. तो दो जी हाँ, हम जैसे मैंने शुरुआत करी एक भक्ति सॉन्ग के साथ, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है. With this note, I once again I welcome all of you and request Professor Dr. H.S. Saxena, Principal KIIT, to pursue the session. Welcome, sir. Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Kanika. Virtue is more excellence, moral excellence. A virtue is a trait or quality that is deemed to be morally good and thus is valued as a foundation of principle and good moral being. Personal values are characteristics valued as promoting collective and individual greatness. Yes, today's talk is based on virtues. Very good morning to one and all. I, Professor H.S. Saxena, Principal, Kamra Institute of Information Technology, feel great honor and proud privilege to extend a hearty welcome on behalf of KIT fraternity to the Honorable Speaker of the morning session, Professor Dr. Kuldip Paliwal, distinguished delegates, and respected participants to join AICT sponsored online short term training program being organized by KIT College of Engineering on human values, ethics, morals, behavioral sciences, and attitude from 23rd to 28th November 2020. Due to some unavoidable circumstances, Dr. Paliwal can't join the session and has sent his video presentation. Dr. Kuldip Paliwal did his MSc from Aligarh Muslim University in 1971. From 1972 to 1993, he has been working as associate professor at Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai. He earned his PhD degree from University of Bombay in 1991. He has been visiting researcher at University of Kiel, UK from 1982 to 1983, University of Trondheim, Norway from 1982 to 1984, AT&T Bell Labs, New Jersey, USA from 1989 to 1991, and Advanced Telecommunication Research Institute, Kyoto, Japan from 1994 to 2002. Dr. Kuldip Paliwal joined Griffith University, Australia in 1993 as Professor of Communication and Information Engineering in the School of Microelectronic Engineering. His research interests include speech recognition, speech coding, speech enhancement, speaker recognition, image coding, bioinformatics, machine learning, and artificial neural networks. His work on quantization of linear prediction parameters using 24 bits frame done at AT&T Bell Laboratories, New Jersey has received considerable attention by the research community. It has been applied in the development of low bitrate speech coders at a number of telecommunications organizations such as AT&T, NSA, etc., and is currently a part of number of low bitrate speech coding and standards used in mobile and internet telephony. He was the first to propose the Kalman filtering based speech enhancement method. He and Dr. Schuster were the first to propose the bidirectional recurrent neural networks. These networks are widely used currently in many machine learning applications. We are grateful to Dr. Kuldip Paliwal for sending his video presentation to present his talk on one of the highly relevant topic in this period.
You're dealing with younger people in the lecture room. We all were really
So in Socratic tradition, I will say the only thing I know is I know nothing. Okay? All right. So today's topic is Greek philosophy and its relevance or its similarity with Indian philosophy. So let us talk first about philosophy. What is philosophy? So philosophy is made up of two words, philo plus sophic. Philo means love, a sophic means wisdom. The guy who loves wisdom, the guy who wants to know. So almost all of us are here philosophers because we are all intelligent guys, we want to know more. So we all can claim to be a philosopher. Second thing is, why do we want to learn about Greek philosophy? As you know, whole Western civilization is greatly influenced by Greek philosophy. And Western world, particularly Europeans and Britishers, they have ruled entire world at one time or the other. And Europeans have settled almost in all the corners of the world. So we guys, directly or indirectly, have been influenced in some way or the other by Greek philosophy. I can say almost all who are sitting here, we have all been influenced by Greek philosophy. And then why do we talk about Indian philosophy here? There are a few reasons. In ancient days, there were only three philosophies that were flourishing. Indians were the first in this direction. Chinese were there and Greeks were there. So it makes sense to compare or contrast the Greek philosophy with Indian philosophy. Second reason is, which is more selfish, I am an Indian, so I want to compare with Indian philosophy. Let us talk now about philosophy or knowledge or wisdom. As you know, knowledge or wisdom can be of two kinds. When we take an individual, with respect to that, the wisdom can be of two kinds. One, external, that is how the world around us is like, and another is internal, that is what is there inside us, how do we interact with the society around us, how do we live. This is what is knowledge related to an individual. So I am going to talk about this internal knowledge. In fact, this philosophy has been the mother of all the disciplines. In earlier days, every field was coming under the purview of philosophy. For example, Professor Singh, he is Doctor of History, but still he is called PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Sukhbir Singh, he was doctorate in chemistry, but he was still called Doctor of Philosophy. All of us are called Doctor of Philosophy because philosophy is mother of all the subjects. So all these things outside like physics, chemistry, maths, history, here I am going to confine, when I say philosophy, it means things inside us. Okay, so internal wisdom, internal knowledge is what I am going to say. So before I do that, let me tell about an individual. I am going to say there are two processors. An individual has got two processors. I am going to compare it with computers. It has got two processors. One processor is unconscious processor that we have inside. That works immediately as soon as there is a stimulus. Without thinking, it works. It is very quick. It is very automatic. And there is another processor which is outside, which takes the stimulus and thinks for everything given about the situation, and is much slower than the unconscious processor. So there are two processors, one is conscious, one is unconscious. And most of the times, our life is driven by this unconscious processor. So in philosophy, there are 4 questions that I am going to address, and with respect to both Indian as well as Greek philosophy. First question is that we can know about our unconscious processor. It is possible to know about our unconscious processor. That is, who am I, what am I doing, whether my life was worth living. These kind of questions relate to unconscious processor. Second question is that when unconscious processor acts, as I said, it is very quick, it automatically works, and since it is unconsciously working, it may be right or wrong. So our conscious processor can always override this unconscious processor. That is the second point. Third point is, one can change this internal processor, unconscious processor, by repeatedly acting according to our outside processor. That is, by repeated practice, by repeated acts, we can change our habits, and those habits can become later on as part of unconscious processor. And the fourth point is, so these first 3 points discuss that we can change ourselves. It is possible to change an individual. Fourth point is what we change it to. We can change ourselves to become a thief, or we can change ourselves to become a good person. So, as you know, everybody wants to be happy, and to become happy, you have to be a good person. By good person, you mean you want to be a virtuous person. Virtues means excellence, and these excellence are motivated towards goodness, moral virtues. That's what we are talking. So, what we want to become? We want to become morally a virtuous person, and that's how the outside conscious processor overrides the inside conscious processor, and repeatedly when it does, it becomes part of the habits, and we change the unconscious process. Now, with respect to virtues, virtues are called dharma in Hindu philosophy, or arete in Greek philosophy. And how do we define what is dharma or what is the virtues? There are few rules which have been known since antiquity. One is golden rule, which has been given by Confucius and followed almost in all the literature. That is, we should do to others what we expect others to do to us. This is called golden rule. The second one is silver rule. We should not do to others what we don't want others to do to us. The same thing has been said in our Mahabharata also, which says, Atmanaha pratikulani paresham na samacharet. What is not suitable to us, we should not do that to others. That's what in Mahabharata they say. Another rule that we have used for these virtues is Sarvajan hitaya, Sarvajan sukhaya. The thing that we should do that should be good for us as well as for others. That is what is called virtues. The thing that we like ourselves and the things that others like, that's what we should do. In a common language, we can say live and let live. That is what I will call a virtue. Live and let live. In ancient times, Greek virtues, they have been many virtues, but they have lumped them together into 4 main virtues. Those 4 main virtues were wisdom, justice, fortitude, and temperance. And in fact, I have done this exercise myself. I have taken more than 100 virtues and tried to see where they fit in these four virtues. And these four virtues encompass almost all the virtues. For Indian virtues, in Manusmriti we have given a list of 10 virtues. There we say, Dhratihi Kshama Damo Asteyam, Shocham Indriya Nigraha, Dhi Satyam Akrodho, Daskam Dharma Lakshanam. Dhrati means fortitude, Kshama means forgiveness, Dam means self-control, Asteya means not stealing others' things, Indriya Nigraha means controlling our senses, Dhi means wisdom, Satya means truthfulness, Akrodha means not losing our temper. These are the 10 virtues which are listed in Manusmriti, which was around 5th or 6th century before Christ. Gita also talks about 26 virtues. It says, Abhyam Sattva Sanshuddhi, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, Danam Damascha Yagyascha, Swadhyayah Tapa Arjava, Ahimsa Satyam Akrodho, Tyagah Shanti Apashunam, Daya Bhuteshu Aluruktam, Mardvam Hri Achaplam, Tejah Kshama Dhratihi Shocham, Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim, Abhijatasya Bharat. So these are the 26 virtues which have been called divine virtues in our Gita, which make a person good person. And once you are a good person, you are a happy person. So let me now go little bit to history. Since we are talking of ancient Greek philosophy, we are going to talk about a time frame that was before Christ. That's what we mean by ancient Greeks. So we are talking something like 600 years before Christ, that is 2500 years from today. 2500 years before today. So in ancient time, Greek was ruled by rulers, but in year 508, Athens, which was the main city-state of Greek, that became democratic state. In 508, Greek became democratic state. At that time, there were two main states. There was one, Athens, and another was Sparta. I'm sure you guys have seen a documentary that came last week on SBS about Greek life. And that's where they talked about Spartan way of living life. If you have not done that, in Sparta there was an oligarchy, and the guys were living a very much a dictatorial life. The child was taken right from the beginning from their parents, and if he was weak, he was killed. If he was strong, he was made to become a warrior. From the childhood, they were made to eat very, very raw food. In fact, food was so bad you could not taste. And hence, they used to say that if the guy can eat that kind of food, then he will not be afraid to give his life, because he will always say in the next life he will get a better food than that. So they were deliberately giving him very bad food. They have prescribed almost everything for his life in Spartan society, how to have sex, how to eat, how to live. Everything was state controlled. That was Sparta. On the contrary, Athens was a democratic society where everybody was free, everybody was able to think freely, and that is the reason why Athens became such a great state, which gave the original Greek philosophy in that place. So in 508, it became a democracy, and but if you know, perhaps that Persia was a great empire at that time. I'm talking of the time around 500 years before Christ. Persia was a great empire at that time. It was starting from the west of India, going all the way to the boundary of Greek nation. And on Asia Minor, which was at that time under Persian control, there was a revolt. Athens guys tried to help them, and Persians became very, very angry with Athens, and that is the time when Persia attacked Athens in around 490. That was the time of Darius the Great. He was the king of Persia, and there was a war, and in that war, that was a marathon war, a city called Marathon, and in that war, Athens guys defeated Persia. However, Persians didn't give up. Darius' son, Xerxes, again attacked Athens again in 480, but again Persians were defeated by Athens. This time Spartans helped them. And that is the way Sparta and Athens became great colonies. They have other states under them. Later on, there was war between Sparta and Athens from the year 430 till year 400, and that was a fierce war between the two. That was the historical situation in Greek at that time. So, let us talk now about Greek philosophy or Greek philosophers. I have divided Greek philosophers in three categories. As I said, Greek philosophy, all of us are affected, and in Greek philosophy there were three greats: Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. So I have divided Greek philosophy with respect to these three guys. There is a period that is called Socratic period, in which these three guys existed: Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. There is a period before Socrates, and there is a period after Socrates. So I am not going to cover much about the period before Socrates. I am not going to cover period after Socrates. I am going to cover period that is Socratic period. Okay, but briefly let me mention few of the great guys before Socrates. First known philosopher from Greece, he is Thales. He comes from a place called Miletus, which is in Asia Minor. He was, in a real sense, scientist who didn't connect the philosophy with gods. Greeks were very much like gods. As in India, we have God for everything. Every natural power is identified with God. And that's what was happening in ancient days in Greece. You might have read Homer's Ulysses or Odyssey, where there are gods, and they are exactly like our Indian gods, like in Satyanarayan's Pratkatha or Santoshi Mata's Pratkatha, where the god becomes angry for everything and starts retaliating. And that was the situation in Homer's time. And Thales was the first guy who said that this universe behaves following physical laws. It doesn't follow God's dictates. And he said that this universe is made up of water. Our earth is floating on water. He could measure the height of pyramids using its shadows. He could tell when there will be eclipse and things like that. So he was in real sense a scientist who went away from the God and talked about philosophy really like a scientist. There were other philosophers. Time frame for Thales was around 624 BC to 546 BC. Next philosopher I would like to talk is Pythagoras. This gentleman we have covered in my last talk, but still I will tell you a few things about him. He was a great mathematician. Pythagoras' theorem is by him. And he said numbers are rational. Rational meaning like a fraction. Numerator is integer, denominator is integer. Numbers are not irrational. In fact, there are lots of legends about Pythagoras. One legend goes like this. I will just show it to you. That if there is one side this, another side is this is side 1, this is side 1, then this side, that will be how much? Square root of 1 square plus 1 square square root of that. That will be square root of 2. And square root 2 is not a rational number. Okay? It cannot be expressed as a fraction where numerator is integer and denominator is an integer. So his student pointed out, because this is your theorem, and according to your own theorem, if I take two sides which are 1, 1 each, then the third side will become square root 2, which is not a rational number. And legend goes, Pythagoras got so angry that night he got that student killed. There are many other hypotheses about Pythagoras. They say that he had legs made of gold. They say that like our Indian rishis and munis, he could be there at 10 places at the same time. And he believed in mysticism, that there is a soul. There is a transmigration of soul. In fact, there was a dog. A stranger was beating a dog. He was walking through. He saw a guy beating a dog, and he said, "Please don't beat him. My friend's soul is inside it." He brought that dog to his house and kept him nicely. There are so many legends about Pythagoras. And there is a cult behind him. His followers lived in a cult, in a close surrounding, and they lived for hundreds and hundreds of years after Pythagoras' death. Well, these are the things. One more guy I will mention. His name is Democritus. He is also before Socrates, and he is famous for the physics, that is atoms. He said that everything in this universe is made of atoms which cannot be further cut. So he is a father of physics. Now let us come to Socratic period, and the first guy we come to is Socrates. So these are the three guys I am going to talk. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. He was born in 469 BC and died in 399 BC at the age of 70. Plato was 41 years younger than him. So he was born in 428 and he died at the age of 80. So this becomes and Aristotle was further down by 44 years. And he died at the age of 62, so 322 BC. Socrates was the teacher of Plato. Plato was teacher of Aristotle, and Aristotle was teacher of Alexander the Great. So that is the way all four guys are immortal in the history. Four great guys, a dynasty, teacher-student dynasty that starts from Socrates. He himself was great. His student Plato, he was even greater than Socrates. Aristotle is even treated much better than Plato, and Alexander, as you know, has conquered the rest of the world. So these four guys at that time ruled the world, not only in philosophy, but geographically also. And look at what place Greece is today. It is getting bankrupt. But it was a great place in those days.
To bring them back.
So, with respect to Socrates, he hardly wrote anything. He didn't write anything. We know nothing about him from his writings. All we know about him is from the writings of Plato. Plato wrote around 36 books, and all the 36 books, the hero of his book is Socrates. And we know about Socrates only through Plato. As they say, a teacher is known by his students. Okay? Socrates is known by Plato, same way Buddhism or Buddha is known by what? Ramarjuna, who was that guy? Nagarjuna. Much later, but by his follower. Similarly, our great Rishi Munis, which have written Upanishad, they were known more by Adi Shankaracharya, who made Advaita philosophy immortal. Similarly, even Christ, he was known more by his followers, Saint Augustine. Otherwise, we would not have known much about Christ. So in every case, you find that the guy who gives original ideas, he becomes famous by his followers. So in the same tradition, Socrates, though he didn't write anything, he became famous, he became popular by his students or followers who wrote about him. So according to Plato, Socrates was born in Athens. He was born to a working class family. His father was a stonemason and sculptor. His mother was a housewife. Not housewife, midwife, helping ladies to deliver the child. Socrates went to his father's tradition, became a sculptor and stonemason, and worked in that craft. And later on, he also fought in Sparta-Athens war. After the war, when he retired, he wanted to design statues of good men. And he didn't know how to bring goodness of good men onto statues. He asked himself, what is goodness? How do I call that person good? And he couldn't define that what is goodness in this person. So if I can't even define what is goodness, how can I bring that goodness onto the statue? So he went to other sculptors and asked that you guys are making good statues. Can you tell me how these statues are good? They couldn't explain. They said, you can see them and they are good. He said, can you tell us what is goodness? They couldn't explain. And this forced Socrates that we know nothing about ourselves and we are trying to do those things. We don't know what is goodness, what is justice, what is pity, what is compassion, and we are talking about these terms. So he said, an unexamined life is not worth living. That is the famous quote from Socrates. An unexamined life is not worth living. He said that I know nothing. The only thing I know is I know nothing. These are two famous quotes from Socrates. It is said that one of his followers went to Temple of Delphi, and Temple of Delphi was famous. It was an oracle that was speaking about the prophecies about individuals, and there they said Socrates is the most wise, intelligent man in Athens. And Socrates was confused. It was a riddle to him. He says, I am saying all the time that I know nothing. But Oracle says I am the most wise person. So how is it possible? So then he said, the reason for that is, everybody in Athens says, I am wise. But when you talk to them, they know nothing. In the case of Socrates, at least he says he doesn't know anything, and he also says that he is ignorant, and he agrees to be an ignorant. So, there is a famous slok here, which is from Bharthari, which says, Agyaha sukham aradhya, sukhtaram aradhyate visheshagya, jnana lav durvidagdham, brahma pitam naram naranjyati. Okay. It's very easy to please an ignorant. It's much more easy to please an expert. But a person who doesn't know anything but pretends he knows everything, it's very difficult to teach him or to please him. So that was the situation in Athens at that time. Guys were pretending to be the knowledgeable, intelligent guys. They were not really intelligent. In fact, everybody was following the crowd. They had the sheep mentality. That is, wherever one sheep goes, everyone else goes. They were living a life like all of us are living. Get up in the morning, have breakfast, go to the office, come back, eat dinner, watch TV, sleep, repeat. So this is what is the sheep mentality that guys have been living. They have been taught in this sheep following by their teachers, by their parents, by their society, and they get used to it. And this is what they know. They never think about themselves, about their own life. And that is the problem with the human society. And that's why he said this unexamined life is not worth living. And he started asking questions to every individual in Athens. He will meet a diplomat and ask, what is justice? And if a diplomat cannot answer or he answers, he will find a fault in his definition, and then he will say, perhaps it is like that. Again, they will check the consistency of that definition, and again they will check the validity and refine. So by this Socratic method, that was basically a dialogue between two persons, they defined or refined the knowledge. In fact, in our Brisbane also, we have a Socrates, do you know? He goes to the temple, Hindu mandir you can see him in every Sunday in Hindu mandir. And he will get hold of one person there. And he's sitting here, right with us. And he will ask, who are you? And the person will say, I am an engineer. He said, no, engineer you have become now only. Before getting engineering degree, what you were. And that way, he will take him by questioning again and again and make sure that he is his soul. Okay? So we have a Socrates in our Brisbane also. And if you want to meet him, go next time on Sunday to Brisbane Hindu Temple. Socrates was not a very pleasant looking person. He was a very ugly person in fact, bulging eyes, fat tummy, moving in the market with ragged clothes and troubling everybody, asking questions and annoying others. In fact, he became quite famous among the kids of rich persons, and he was not doing any job. He was sitting at the home and talking to these idle young guys at home. And as a result, he didn't have enough money to support his wife and kids. His wife was very angry with him, and obviously she used to lose her temper with him all the time. One day he was talking to his students, and wife came and poured a bucket of water on him. One of his students told him, that how do you tolerate all that? Are you not getting affected by all that? So, Singh sir, what will you say in that case? If you are an ordinary person, you will say, दुधारू गाय की तो रात भी सहनी पड़ती है. But he didn't say like that. On the contrary, he said that, look, gentlemen, if you want to learn how to ride a horse, will you ride a docile horse or will you ride a wild horse? Docile horse, if you ride, you will learn nothing. It is the wild horse you will ride, and that will teach you how to ride. So he says, it is nice to have a wife who pours water on you and shouts at you. So, in fact, there is a Kabir doha about that. Nindak nere rakhiye, aangan puti chhaba, bin pani sabun bina, nirmal kare subhai. He says, you should, if you find a person who criticizes you, then get hold of him, bring him to your house, make a hut for him in your courtyard, and ask him to live there. He will live there, and every day he will criticize you. And that way, you will become a clean person, even without the use of a soap. So that is how Kabir describes that it is good to have a person who criticizes you. In fact, that is the job of our spouses, but they take this job too seriously. They take this job too seriously. Okay. So I think there should be a
So we can blame Socrates for that.
There should be a moderation. In fact, since I am talking on this topic, let me say two lines from a Bashir Badr शायरी. परखना मत परखने में कोई अपना नहीं रहता. परखना मत परखने में कोई अपना नहीं रहता. किसी भी आईने में देर तक चेहरा नहीं रहता. Okay, so don't judge too much. Okay, you are entitled to judge because, as you know, you cannot look at yourself in a mirror. You see and realize you are ugly, and you come away from that quickly. So you don't want to look at yourself too much in an aina. You go once, but not too much. Okay. Socrates said that you want to live a happy life, and to live a happy life, you have to be good. And you ask this question to even a child, to an adult, to an old person, they all say they want to have a happy life. So that means they want to be good. That means they are born with the desire to be good. That means their soul is good. Their soul is clean. So he emphasizes again and again that in this life, keep your soul clean. Don't make it dirty. Okay? He says, लागा चुनरी में दाग छोड़ाऊं कैसे.
आपने तो गागर में सागर भर दिया.
Okay. In fact, according to our Hindu philosophy, we not only say that our soul is pure, we go even one step further. Tulsidas ji says, Chidanandamaya Deh Tihari. We call our soul to be Satchidanand. Satchidanand means what? It is having three words. Sat, Chet, and Anand. So what it means? Chet means Chetna. That means knowledge, wisdom. So he says, use your soul to do what? To direct your wisdom. Sat means virtues, dharma. To direct via or through virtues, and Anand means happiness or eternal bliss. So he says, use your soul, or your soul directs your knowledge to pursue virtues, and through virtues you achieve happiness or permanent bliss. In fact, according to Hindu philosophy, we say happiness is our birthright. And using our virtues, we attain happiness. As I said, since Socrates was challenging a lot of guys in Athens, that made the rulers of the Athens very much against him. And when Athens lost the war in 404 against Sparta, and that Spartan control remained only for 1 year, and again the democracy came back. So during the democracy, they prosecuted Socrates, saying that he was spoiling the youth, and hence he was sentenced to death by drinking a cup of poison. And Socrates happily drank that and died. Since I don't have much time, I can't keep on talking about Socrates, so let me go to Plato. Plato, as I said, he was born in Athens in 428. He was related to royal family from both father's and mother's side, so his childhood was very pleasant. He was very well built physically. His real name was not Plato. In fact, Plato means broad shoulders. He was a very well-built man, and his wrestling coach gave him the name the Broad, that means Plato. And he was trained to be a wrestler. Unfortunately, he couldn't do well in Olympics at that time, and he was moving uselessly on the streets. There he met Socrates, became his student, and started learning philosophy from him. Socrates wrote around 36 books, and best part of it is they are all available today. Nothing is lost. All 36 books are available to us. And most important book is The Republic, that almost everybody has read, which is one of the most published books by Plato. Plato also visited Italy, where Pythagoreans were living, and he was greatly influenced by Pythagoreans also. He started the academy, the first university of Greek civilization, in 387, and remained there in that academy teaching till his death. This academy remained for almost 900 years, till in year 539, a Christian emperor, Justinian, destroyed it in 539 AD at that time. Now let us talk about the philosophy of Plato quickly. Plato was basically an idealist. He was perfectionist. He believed that everything has to be perfect, ideal. And all this world is a copy of that ideas. That is, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. This world is fake, imitation. Okay, this is not real. What is real is those ideals, and those ideals are living in the heaven. If you have seen a painting, the School of Athens, that was painted by Raphael in Renaissance period. I haven't gone to Vatican, but I have seen that painting on the internet. But many of you might have gone to Vatican City and seen that painting. There, almost all the philosophers of Greece are there, and in the center there are two philosophers, Plato and Aristotle. Plato is doing like this. That means everything is ideal and lies in the heaven. Aristotle is doing like this. He says, wait a minute. It is not ideal. We are living in this world and everything is real. So this is the main difference between Plato and Aristotle. Plato was idealist, Aristotle was realist. Okay, so and Plato's logic was an inductive logic. He said that our senses see something, but whatever our senses see, that is not real, that is fake, that is not correct. And we have to use our intellect, our reason to realize what is the truth behind it. This kind of logic is called inductive logic. He believed in soul. He said, our soul is eternal. Our soul doesn't die. It has got innate knowledge. That is from previous life. Our soul has got knowledge. And it keeps on roaming even after death. It keeps coming back again and again till our karmas become so good that it doesn't have to come back on this earth again. This philosophy is very much similar to our Vedanta philosophy, where we say that our soul never dies, it reincarnates, and there is a concept of moksha or nirvana there. So this philosophy is very much similar to that. He also said that our soul has got three parts. One is related to our physical appetites or desires. Second part is related to our emotive part, which deals with our emotions like courage, other emotions like anger and things like that. And the topmost part is called intellectual or reasoning part, which is the most superior part. And that deals with our knowledge and wisdom. So this is again our Hindu philosophy. We say that there is a body, there are senses, above senses we have man, over man we have got buddhi, over buddhi we have got soul. So same way his philosophy goes like our Vedanta philosophy. In fact, Indriyani paranyaho, indriye bhe paramana, mansastu para buddhi, yo buddhe partastu sa. This is the hierarchy in Gita. He brought these three components of soul, and he introduced an allegory of chariots. He says that chariot is being driven by horses, so our desires are like horses, and our chariot is being, our driver is our intellect. Again, this allegory is very much similar to the allegory that we see in Gita or Kathopanishad. Okay. So basically, whatever Plato has said is very much like our Gita or Vedantic philosophy. Let me talk about society and politics of Plato. Plato extended these three categories of soul to society also. He said in a society when child is born, and those guys who are not found to be very good, dull guys, they should go to common class or labor class. The guys who are slightly bright and strong physically, they should go to warrior class. And the guys who are very good academically, they should go to philosopher class. So we divided the society into three classes, and that division was done on the basis of merit at the time of education. And this is similar to our Indian caste system or Varna system, where we have Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, exactly identical. And he said, what is that? Okay. In fact, he said these philosophers should be the governing class or ruling class, and a representative from the philosopher class should be the king. So he said, gave the concept of philosopher king. And he tried this system of politics or society practically in Cyprus twice, and both the times he failed. In fact, second time it was so bad, he could have been hanged for this offense. Thank you. Thank you.
Alcohol has.
आज सब चलेगा.
जोश आएगा, बहुत जोश आएगा.
In fact, he said that why our society, he was very much worried about corruption, as we are worried these days. And the source of corruption is self-interest. It is the self-interest that creates this corruption. So to avoid this corruption, he said that at least among philosopher class, we will not have the concept of property, we will not have the concept of assets, we will not have any money. It will be all common. We will not have any asset. And Swarth comes, or the self-interest comes from another source because of our family, wife, children. So we said, philosophers will not have any wives or children. They will all be common. So there will be a pool of money, pool of asset for philosophers. They will all share. Wives or spouses, they will all share. Children will be all share responsibility. And he created a society like communism. A important thing is love and relationship. There is a book by him on love and relationship. He says there are two kinds of love. One he calls vulgar love, and another love he calls divine love, which is also called platonic love. So the vulgar love is because of our physical desires, that he calls vulgar love. Divine love is the one that he says that we love because we want to take our partner higher in the divinity. Okay. So according to him, love was admiration. Okay. According to him, love was that we have to pick up a partner who has qualities which are different from us. In today's world, whenever we want to find a relationship, we see whether he's like us or not, totally opposite. While Plato was of the other nature. He said our partner should have those qualities which we don't have, so that we two together make a complete person. And another thing he said, that if we have a partner who has got other virtues, other qualities, we can learn from him and come up with it. So idea of love and relationship was to go higher in the ladder of virtues. Okay, that was his concept of love and relationship. Let us talk about virtues. According to him, if I know about a virtue, then it is as good as I have done that virtue. So that means knowledge is equal to virtue. So if I know what honesty is, that means I have become honest. This is what he said. Second thing he said, that wisdom was the highest virtue. Knowledge of wisdom is the highest virtue. It combines all the other virtues. And third thing he said, that if we are virtuous, then we will be happy. Let us go to Aristotle, what he says. He says, first thing, that man, wait, you are talking like an ideal person. To know about virtue is not as if we have done that virtue. He said, we have to really do that virtue, then only you become a virtuous person. That means you have to walk the talk. You have to really do it in action, that virtue, then only you will become virtuous. So he was different from Plato in the first thing. Second thing, he said that our virtues, wisdom is the highest virtue, I agree with you. But other virtues are equally important and they are not unified by wisdom. And the third virtue, he said that just by being virtuous doesn't guarantee us to be happy. Virtues are necessary for happiness, but virtues are not sufficient for happiness. And he gave the example of himself. Socrates was the most wisest man, most virtuous man. But his voice was always
Uh, thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor Dr. H.S. Saxena to propose the vote of thanks to sir. Please unmute
Thank
yourself,
you.
sir.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Kanka. Gratitude is not only the greatest of all virtues, but the parent of all others. I am delighted to have been given the pleasant duty of delivering the vote of thanks. I, Professor H.S. Saxena, on behalf of KIT fraternity, would like to communicate our gratitude and extend a very happy vote of thanks to the distinguished speaker, Professor Kuldip Paliwal, for making highly informative, excellent presentation. In his address, he has deeply dwelled on the theme of virtues on interpersonal bonding. He has explained various virtues stated in Gita, Mahabharata, Manu Smriti, and with reference to Greek philosophers like Thales, Pythagoras, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. It was a great session and a great inspiration to us all. Many things to learn from his presentation. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Rachna Sharma that she can continue the next session.
Thank you, Kanika ma'am. Thank you so much. Uh, as in the previous section, Dr. Paliwal has mentioned about the Kathopanishad and the examples from Bhagavad Gita. So I would like to quote something from Kathopanishad. वैदिक साहित्य कठोपनिषद में कहा गया है कि प्रत्येक व्यक्ति इस भौतिक शरीर रूपी रथ पर आरूढ़ है और बुद्धि इसका सारथी है। मन चालक यंत्र है और इंद्रियां घोड़े हैं। इस प्रकार मन तथा इंद्रियों की संगति से यह आत्मा सुख या दुख का भोगता है। यद्यपि बुद्धि को मन का नियंत्रण करना चाहिए, किंतु मन इतना प्रबल तथा हठी है कि इसे अपनी बुद्धि से जीत पाना कठिन हो जाता है। मन इतना बलवान तथा दुराग्रही है कि कभी कभी यह बुद्धि का उल्लंघन कर देता है, जिसके फलस्वरूप आत्मा को दुख भोगना पड़ता है। हम अपने मन को कैसे नियंत्रित करें और कैसे इतने समर्थ बन जाएं कि किसी भी विपरीत परिस्थिति में विचलित ना हो? ऐसे ही प्रश्नों का उत्तर देने और हमारा मार्गदर्शन करने के लिए आज हमारे मध्य रम्या श्रीनिवासन जी उपस्थित हैं। And before inviting her, I would love to introduce her to you all. Ramya ji is a computer science graduate from Hansraj College, Delhi University. After graduation, she went on to follow her passion of contributing to the society by deciding to work on a full-time basis with the art of living, sacrificing an attractive job offer from JP Group. Associated with the art of living since past 15 years, she has facilitated self-development workshops, and meditation sessions for thousands of students, working professionals, and business executives in different parts of the country. She has taught programs for both students and faculty in India's premier institutes, universities like ISB, IIT Kanpur, VHU, NAL, SAR, NIFT, Delhi University, etc. She was invited by the Delhi Army Wing for leading a mind management workshop for 500 NCC cadets as a mandatory part of their training. And she has also conducted prisoners' rehabilitation programs for inmates of the hard jail, thus completely transforming a few lives. So I would, we are privileged to have you, Ramya ma'am, with us. So it's over to you.
Thank you so much, Rachna ma'am, for such a nice welcome. Good morning to each one of you. It's my honor to be addressing such revered professors here. हमेशा से ऐसे नाम के आगे डॉक्टर लगता है तो डर लगता है. We have so many doctors, so many of you here, and I'm sure you all know so much. I'm just here to share a few learnings that I have had all this while. So before I start, I just wanted to ask a question to you all. How has the lockdown been? How has this pandemic been for you all? कैसा है आपको घर भी मैनेज करना पड़ रहा है, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ भी मैनेज करना पड़ रहा है, so much is going on. How has it been? Can we keep it little interactive? If all of you could just keep on writing down the answers in the chat section, it will be nice. Can we have that? How has this lockdown been? आप में से काफी लोग का वीडियो भी ऑफ है. आई एम श्योर सारे प्रोफेसर्स अपने स्टूडेंट्स को बोलते हैं ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में वीडियो ऑन रखने के लिए. तो छोटा सा रिक्वेस्ट मैं भी करूंगी, अगर आप लोग वीडियो ऑन रख सकते हैं तो थोड़ा सा अच्छा रहेगा. अगले कुछ देर 45 minutes. I would love to see you all. So nice. Yes. So how has the lockdown been? Stressful, interesting, relaxing? So much screen time. आप लोग लिखिए ना.
मैम एक्चुअली मेरे पास इन लोगों के मैसेज आ रहे हैं. मैं अभी बस एवरीवन पब्लिकली चैट अलाउ कर देती हूँ, तो मैं कुछ रिस्पॉन्स पढ़ देती हूँ आपके लिए. तो फैकल्टी से स्ट्रेसफुल and we face lot of problems, very pathetic. Someone says lot of learning. Then it was a good as I spent my time with my family. Lot of problems, little bit stress, and very busy. Lot of issues, but we have been used to it. So these are the responses which I have received through the chat box from the participants.
Thank you so much, Kanika ma'am, for sharing. Okay, great. I know it has been a very difficult time for a lot of us.
Now they are able to post publicly, so you are able to see their responses.
Okay, thank you so much. Time to relax and rejuvenate, little bit stressed, enjoyed with family, interesting, but adapted to the change. Exactly. Hena, it has been like a roller coaster ride. Some of us have had good time, quality time back home. जो इतनी बार से इच्छा कर रहे थे कि सुबह से लेकर रात तक दौड़ते रहते हैं, घर पे रहने का समय मिला. Some of us have had a lot of financial, emotional upheavals that we went through. Yeah. But just one thing I would like to say. See, this is something that all of us are in it together. The entire world, in fact, not just the country in it, is in it together. But there is one thing that we can work upon. एक चीज है जो हमारे बस में, जो बाहर सब होता है उस पे तो अपना कोई कंट्रोल ही नहीं है. But there is something to which we can pay attention to, and that is our own mind. It is said that management begins at the level of the mind. मन मैनेज करना अगर सीख लिया, बाहर दुनिया में और बहुत कुछ मैनेज करना थोड़ा और आसान हो जाता है, ऐसे कहा जाता है. देखिए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मान लेते हैं आप अपने पूरे फैमिली के साथ बैठे हैं, साथ में बैठ के आप मैच देख रहे हैं, अपना फेवरेट खाना खा रहे हैं, बहुत मजा आ रहा है, पूरा का पूरा परिवार आपके साथ है. The entire family is with you. You're enjoying a good meal. Suddenly you get a call. that one of your very dear friend has met with an accident and is very serious. Will you enjoy the same match, the same sixer, the same good food, the same company? Yes or no? आप लोग लिख सकते हैं जिनका वीडियो ऑफ है. Yes or no? सब बढ़िया है आपके आसपास, तो कुछ गड़बड़ी नहीं है, सब सही है आपके आसपास. आप एंजॉय नहीं कर पाओगे, राइट? आपने कुछ इतना बुरा खबर सुन लिया तो सब कुछ आसपास परफेक्ट है, बट यू कैन नॉट एंजॉय इट. व्हाट हैपेंड? The mind got upset, the mind got disturbed, so we were not able to enjoy what was happening around us. Similarly, opposite situation भी हमने जीवन में देखी है कि आप मान लीजिए बहुत ज्यादा फॉर वंस अपॉन अ टाइम जब हम ट्रैवल करते थे गाड़ियों में या कहीं, आप कहीं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा रहे हैं और आपको 40 मिनट्स में जाना है, पर गूगल मैप बोल रहा है 1 hour 40 मिनट्स लगेगा. And you are so stressed, you're so tensed, you're like, oh my god, I'm so late, I'm 1 hour late, how will I do my work now? You're so stressed on your way, and suddenly you get a call, and that call gives you a very good news, like say you have been promoted, you have got better rating as a professor, you have got a job where you want, you applied to some other university, you got that, your child got into a school or college that you wanted, some good news comes through your way. क्या होगा? वो जो मन इतना खराब हुआ था उस ट्रैफिक जैम में फंस के, वो खुश हो जाएगा. आसपास सब गड़बड़ है, अभी भी कुछ अच्छा नहीं है, केओस है, लेकिन मन खुश हो गया, तो वो 1 घंटा जो लेट हुआ उसको लेके लगेगा चलो ठीक है यार, कोई बात नहीं, कर लेते हैं. यस और नो? तो जैसे ही मन अच्छा हुआ, चैलेंज भी हैंडल करने का हिम्मत आ गया. जब मन खराब हुआ, अच्छी सी अच्छी परिस्थिति को एंजॉय नहीं कर पाए जीवन में. तो सारा खेल किसका है? The play is of the mind. Yeah, the quality of our life depends upon the state of our mind. If the mind is happy, if the mind is positive, even in the toughest of the situation, it gets a strength, it gets a courage to face it. But if the mind is not so good, it is unhappy, even the voice of a child is so disturbing. एक बच्चा भी पास में खड़े होके राइम गा रहा हो तो लगता है यार चुप करो, बात मत करो, दिमाग खराब. एक बच्चे की आवाज की सुंदरता भी नहीं सुन पाते अगर मन खराब है. तो आज हम अगले 45 मिनट्स थोड़े से मन पे चर्चा करेंगे. व्हाट आर द वेज थ्रू विच वी कैन इम्पैक्ट आवर माइंड इन अ बेटर फैशन. आप में से कितने लोग जानना चाहेंगे? आई नो आप लोग बहुत ज्यादा वेल रेड, वेल एजुकेटेड, वेल ट्रैवल्ड है, सब जानते हैं, but just a few small little tips and tricks which can improve. You want more of English? Sure, sure. So little few tips and tricks which can make the quality of your life much better. How many of us would like to know more about it? No one? I would like to see a chat saying yes at least. Okay, great, great. Okay. Being an art of living teacher, I'm very used to having people respond back or talk back. So I would love a little more interaction from your end. Okay. And also a few videos on would be really, really nice. It's little difficult to talk to a black blank screen. I am sure it's a Saturday morning. You people must be busy with other things also. Just see if possible. Please do turn your videos on in a while. All right, so let's go ahead. Pragati, are you there? Can we start the screen sharing? So the quality of our life is directly proportional to the state of our mind, the quality of our mind. So let us see what are the ways through which a few mantras which can help us to manage our mind better. So the first mantra is, Pragati, we can go to the next slide. Yes, mantra number 1. Source energy. You can put me back on the screen. Yeah, I'll keep the short very crisp and this thing. So it'll be nice if you all are there with me. Yeah, you can all chat with me. So tell me, how is the state of your mind when your body is feeling out of energy? You're very low on energy. There are days, no, when you feel so exhausted and tired and all that. How is the state of mind at that time when there
Restless.
is no energy in the body? Yes, Kanika ji?
Restless. कुछ समझ
Restless,
कुछ समझ नहीं
low.
आता.
कुछ समझ नहीं आता. I don't know what to do. You're frustrated. You get angry so quickly. You get irritated so quickly when you're so dull and tired, right? State of mind is also not supporting. It is also feeling very dull, black. And when the energy is very high, there are days when we wake up with high energy. How is the state of mind at that time? How does the mind feel when the body is like full of energy when you get up? Not interested in anything was the first answer, I suppose. Yeah. Second one is you're motivated to work. You feel positive. You're very disturbed, I'm sure, was for the first one. Very fresh and robust. Absolutely. Right. So, what has happened till now in our life? When our energy level was low, our state of mind was not good. When our energy level was high, we felt amazing about the day. We were so confident, so creative. So till now, our energy levels were fluctuating and our state of mind was also fluctuating. But today we see, very interesting signs. The reverse is also true. Yeah, because your state of mind was getting affected by energy level. Today we'll just learn one thing. How can I increase my energy level? If my energy level is low, how can I increase my energy level so that my state of mind is directly affected by it? Would you like to know how to increase my energy level so that my state of mind becomes better, becomes brighter? So the first source of energy is, Pragati, can we have the screen? You can just show one by one, yeah? Just put the first one. Okay, yes, thank you. Put me back on the spotlight, please. So what is the first source of energy? It is not strawberry, raspberry, cornflakes. What is it that we all need every day? Our
Electricity.
food, what we eat. As professors, as teachers, and I'm sure some students and administration people are here also, our energy level directly affects our work, both professional and personal. Yes or no? The first thing impacting our energy is what we eat. ऐसा कहा गया है, जैसा मन, जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. We become what we eat. Yeah. So the more of the fresh food that we eat, freshly cooked food, more of fruits, more of salads, more of fresh thing that we eat, we feel fresh. It's so interesting. The more stale we eat, that's how the mind starts feeling. The more fried we eat, the more all of this. I know it's lockdown and people are all experimenting with their cooking skills, making samosas, bread rolls, pakode at home, or koi entertainment hai nahi. So we're just trying out with fun, good, food items to eat, chole bhature at home. It's okay. To an extent, it's fine. But when we start eating more of all this, no, we start feeling very lethargic, very dull. We are so drained. Even without working, we feel very drained, which directly affects our professional and personal life in terms of energy. Yeah. So it's very important to keep a check on what we eat. So, what to eat? Freshly cooked food and more of greens, more of leafy vegetables, more of fruits, and more of salads. And in winters, please go ahead, have more and more of soups, not the packaged foods, not the packaged foods. They are very, very low on prana. Prana is an aspect which adds freshness to the food. So just avoid packaged food as much as possible. Yeah. Second thing that affects our energy level is, Pragati, can we please have the screen? Okay, you can just show all of it. That's okay. Yeah, you all saw it. It's sleep. I'm sure we all love it. That is a good night's sleep. A lot of times when I'm sure you all are so busy, You all must be preparing for your classes for the next day till late night. Then you must be waking up early in the morning to finish the household course, then to take your classes, then to prepare assignments, to correct assignments. You all are such busy people in life. But the most important person in your life is you. So please do not compromise on your sleep time. And it is said that a daytime sleep can never compensate for a night's sleep. So ऐसा नहीं है that you sleep at 1 or 2 in the night and you wake up at 6 a.m. and then you take an afternoon nap for 3 hours. It does not work like that. 8 hours of sleep does not work like that. We all need a nighttime sleep for the better functioning of our brain. Yeah. So as professors, I would like to say it's not just the students who need to be active, right, and alert. As a professor, you also are coping up with all the newness that is coming in terms of education and technology. Your alertness is equally important. So for the brain to perform correctly, properly, a good night's sleep of 6 to 8 hours is essential. Yeah. So a few tips how you can have better sleeping routine is turn on the reading mode, the night mode in your phone or tab after the sunset. जितना आपका स्क्रीन में brightness ज्यादा रहेगा, the more delay you will see in your sleep cycle would get really affected. Because it's a very interesting story, not story, concept, that in the early age there was no clock or anything, right? So the early man used to see, okay, sun is rising, let's wake up, sun is setting, let's go to sleep. So that is how we are all designed, ki when the light is coming up we all feel awake, when the light is going dim we get to sleep. But now we are exposed to all bright light so much, so the signal that is sent from the eyes to the brain is that it's bright, so we don't feel sleepy. The body is tired, but the brain is not getting the signal that we are sleepy, that it's time to sleep. So people are having insomnia and so many problems that's going on. Night ke baad, sunset ke baad, start dimming the lights in your house and start having the reading mode on in your digital devices. That will really ensure that the sleep quality is much, much better. Yes, that's the second source of energy. आपने देखा होगा जीवन में, when you have had a lack of sleep, when you have not slept enough in the night, in the morning we are so irritable, we are so frustrated and we get angry so easily. At the same time, when we oversleep also we don't feel energetic. So the correct amount of sleep is a source of energy. Similarly with food, the correct amount of food gives us energy. The correct quality of food gives us energy. Just because food is a source of energy does not mean whatever we eat gives us energy. Certain food, if we eat, we feel even more lethargic. We feel even more dull after eating it. है ना? जैसे आपने 3 पेट छोले भटूरे खा लिए and you had lassi, you just want to go and sleep once again. So the quality of food and the quantity of food is a source of energy. The quality of sleep and the quantity of sleep is a source of energy. Yes. And the third source of energy, Pragati, can we please have the screen? Yeah, the third, the guy with his eyes closed looking at the sky, not looking at the sky. You can all take a guess. What is it?
Meditation, yoga.
Okay. Okay. Any other guesses? What is he doing? You can see all email IDs. Meditation, calm,
Yeah, silence and spending time with oneself.
silence, and spending time with oneself. Okay, it is a little different from what we can see. Oh, wow, Pankaja ji. I don't know, wow, so cool. So the correct answer is breath. Yeah, our breath is a source of energy. Tell me, for how long can you go on without eating? We can go on, no, for some time without eating. People have survived even without eating for some days. Can we survive without sleeping for some days? Yes, we can. We'll be little like a zombie, but we will survive. But how long can you survive without breathing? अब बताओ, बिना सांस लिया कितना रह सकते हैं? Tell me, take a guess. How long can you live without breathing? No? No guesses? Come on, I was told we have a lot of professors here. I would love to see some answers. Not more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Few seconds. Okay, I think some minutes we can survive. Yeah. So we cannot live without breathing. Breath is the biggest source of our energy. Okay, take a guess. How much food do we eat every day? You all can tell for yourself. आप कितना kg खाना खाते हो every day? How much? 2 kg, 500 grams, 5 kg. How much food do you eat every day? I'll wait till I see some answers. I'll not talk further. 3 to 4 meals. No, the kg, the quantity, weight of the food. 800 grams, 2 kg, 3 kg. Okay, 1 kg. Dieting wale 100 grams also maybe. Okay. And how much water do we drink every day? How much water do you drink every day? Like 5 liters, 2 liter, 1 liter, 2 liters, 8 liters, 3 liters, 3.5 liters, 2 liters. Okay, super. Okay, then how much breath do you use every day? कितना आप सांस use करते हो? Take a guess.
Purple.
No guess? Don't know. We
Purple
we never
translating.
counted. It's free, so no count. Okay. So we use 10,000 liters of air every day to breathe in and breathe out. That's the amount of breath that we use from day to day. Yet we have just what do you call? Um, we have put all our attention on our food and sleep to get energy. Breath is something that we have totally ignored. Breath is a dimension unexplored that can really, really increase our energy levels. And that's exactly what pranayams do. And we all have been wondering what is pranayam, what to do with pranayams. Pranayam is a process, it's like a fan. The air is everywhere. When you switch on the fan, you can feel the air. Similarly, we are breathing in and out, but when we add pranayams to it, it's like the motor machine. It regulates the breath more, so you instantly feel very, very energized and very, very calm with the breath. That's the beauty of pranayam. We shall be doing it today. Would you all like to experience it today for 5 minutes? Doing some pranayam? It will be really nice. How many of us would like to do? I can't ask you all to raise your hands because I can't see you. I would say just write a yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So breath is the third source of energy. And the fourth source of energy that we have is, you will tell me what gives you energy. Okay, I think we have a screen. Okay, share the screen, Pragati. A girl is smiling. Yes, thank you. You tell me what gives you energy. What is it that when you do, you feel, wow? It could be working, it could be walking, it could be cooking, it could be eating, it could be dancing, spending time with your son, it could be reading, writing, anything. What gives you energy? Listening to music, happiness gives you energy. What else? आप लोग बताओ, what is it that you like to do? Pranati ji says exercise with nature, exercising, meditating. Okay, lovely. What else gives you energy? Shopping, talking to friends, being with family. Oh, faces of my daughter. Painting. Lovely, lovely. Vacation, travel, Sitting simply. Okay, great, great.
Music as well as like this STTP we are organizing, and we are able to, communicate with so many people around. And when we are
So nice.
surrounded by a motivated team,
So
like-minded people
nice.
who give us a lot of freshness and energy, so that gives us a moral boost.
Absolutely. So nice. So nice. Super, super. So, why does this give you energy? Have you ever thought about that? Because when you people do all this that you just shared, you feel very happy and you feel very calm from inside. The mind feels calm and relaxed and happy. And that state of mind is a source of energy. Some people love teaching, some professors just love teaching. So waking up at 6:30 a.m. and getting ready for the class is not a stress. It gives them energy to work. Some people love doing the admin role. The work gives energy. Some people love cooking. So cooking is not a stress. Going to cook only gives them energy. So anything that makes you feel happy and relaxed is a source of energy in life. Yes? So next time in life, whenever you're feeling very low, you're dull, you're tired, just check on these four things. What is missing in my life? Am I eating my food correctly? Am I eating the right thing? Am I eating the right quantity? And also at the right time. Eating too late in the night is really not a good idea. Yeah. Should be done with the dinner by 8, 8:30 maximum. Second, check on your sleep. Am I having a good quality sleep? अगर आपको नींद का बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, it's a very good idea to switch off your digital devices 1 hour before you go to sleep. It is recommended. That will really enhance the quality of your sleep. Because आजकल तो बहुत लोग ऐसे सोते हैं, ऐसे गिर जाता है फोन ऊपर, लास्ट मैसेज चेक करके भाई एक कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया है, आई वर्क अ लॉट, आई एम वेरी बिजी, आई एम बिजी टिल द लास्ट मिनट till I go to sleep. What are we busy for? Are we busy for? Just take some time off for yourself, be with yourself. Yeah, check the quality of your sleep. Third, spend some time in doing some breathing techniques that will really calm your state of mind, and you will be able to enjoy the life much better. And fourth, check, are you doing things that makes you happy or not? Yes. And another source that makes us feel happy and calm from inside is meditation. Yeah, usually the shopping, the movie, the music, the organizing, everything has to do with the outside. Meditation is something where you go inside and you don't care about what is there outside. साथ में बच्चे बैठे हैं कि नहीं बैठे, लोगों ने खाना खाया कि नहीं खाया, we don't care about what is happening outside. It's just the time when we date ourselves. So today we will be experiencing both pranayam meditation for 10-15 minutes in the end. Are you all excited and interested in doing so? I see a lot of good mornings now. So I would love to know if you want to do some meditation and pranayam today. We'll do
Yes.
in case you all want. Okay, great.
No
Rashmeet ji
second
seems
thoughts
very
about it. No second thoughts about it. We are
okay,
in.
Kartik. Super, super. So that is the first mantra. Okay, so nice, Shyamji. So the first mantra is managing your energy levels. That will directly affect your state of mind. Let's go to the next mantra. Let's see. Prasannachit. Okay, first and third. The guy who came third seems to be very happy, and the guy who came first is pretty confused. Why is the guy who came third so happy? Okay, you can put it back on me, Pradip. Yeah. So, what is important in life? Like I just said, how happy are you? How happy is your happy? I remember I was once called for this professor session in IIT BHU, and I was very stressed. I was a 21-year-old at that time. After my graduation, I decided to travel and teach the Art of Living program. And I went there and I was like, I did not want to enter the hall because I was so nervous. I was like, I'm scared of one professor, and you're telling me to address 50 professors, that too from IIT. I am not entering this hall. I am not going. And I was forced by my mentor. He said, just go and see. And I went there and I stood in front of them. Like must be their daughter or granddaughter's age, and they all are sitting like this looking at me. And that's it. It made my life so easy. I was like, my God, they are from the best institute of this country. They are so well read. They are so well educated. They know everything about the world. They have traveled. But why are they so stressed? Why are they so tense? Why is there no joy in their face? Why is there no happiness on their face? What is the use of achieving everything when we can't smile? When the mind is not calm, what is the use of anything? And that just made it so easy. And by the end of it, they all were sitting like a child enjoying the session. It's a good idea to do a lot and achieve a lot. But just see, are you happy? Are you smiling? Are people asking you, wow, you look so vibrant? And ek thakan, yes, I'll just talk about it, how to do it. I'll just talk about it. There's this very interesting concept called neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity is, we keep on wiring our brain in a particular fashion. I'm sure a lot of you must be knowing about it in details, in depth, much more than I know, but very vague concept that I know of, I wanted to share. हम चीजों की आदत बना लेते हैं. We make a habit of things. We make a pattern of things. We make a habit of being stressed. We make a habit of being pareshan. We make it a habit to become very restless when some things come to us in front of us. It is very essential to rewire it. Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar ji, the founder of the Art of Living organization, shares a very, very funny story of a guy called Mullah Nasruddin, who it seems was a farmer, and he was sitting outside his house one day, and he was very upset. He was like sitting like this with a long face. His friend came to him and said, Mullah, why are you so upset? Mullah said, I'm a farmer. How can I be happy? There has been no rain. I've had no harvest. I've not earned any money. How can I be happy? What happiness are you talking about? And his friend was like, true, yeah. How can he be happy? He's so upset in life. There is no rain. God is so unfair. No rain. Farmers are upset. And then what happened? This friend came after 6 months. And when he came, he saw Mullah once again sitting like this. Yeah. So his friend asked, Mullah, what happened? Why are you so upset? There has been such amazing rain in the past 6 months. So much harvest has been there. Everything good happened. Why are you so upset now? And Mullah said, are you mad? Can't you see? There has been so much rain. There has been so much harvest. I have to work so much. How can I be happy? I'm so upset. My workload has increased. तो हम ऐसे ही करते हैं, है ना, लाइफ में. नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी नहीं है, नौकरी मिल गई. अरे नौकरी है, टाइम नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है. Yes. So we make it a habit to become upset come what may in life. Are we getting it? Yes. Just one second. I'm so sorry. It's my young daughter of 3 years old who was crying a little. So sorry for the disturbance. Yeah. So that's how we live our life. Yeah. We make it a habit to just have a long face come what may. What to do? We need to choose happiness. How do we do it? When we start looking at the bright side for anything. कोविड हो गया, चलो घर बैठे हैं, अभी कुछ काम नहीं है, मुश्किल समय है. अच्छा, क्या सीख सकते हैं? अभी क्या सीख सकते हैं? कुछ नया स्किल सीख सकते हैं क्या? कोई टेक्नोलॉजिकल अपडेशन कर सकते हैं क्या? आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन द क्लासेस वेंट ऑनलाइन, so many professors were like, I don't want to learn it. Why should I learn it? I not learn. I don't want to teach online. जो क्लासरूम में आता है फील वही आता है, ऑनलाइन नहीं सीखे. ऐसे क्या करें, करना पड़ेगा, कभी कभी कुछ करना पड़ता है, तो we have to prepare ourselves and be ready for the change. Yes or no? So till the time we are focusing on what is not good, what is not correct, what is the problem, we can never be happy. If we start seeing what is good, what can be done, what is the solution, then we can be happy. Yeah, problem will always make the mind disturbed. Solution will always make you feel calmer and happier. Tough times do exist, I understand, but there's no end to it. If we wait for everything to get solved to be happy, it will be, I think, time for us to leave the planet. Problems will keep coming one after the other. बचपन में प्रॉब्लम था कि पेंसिल टूट गई. Then the problem became that my best friend has become friends with someone else. Then the problem became I did not get the stream that I wanted. Then the problem became I did not get the college that I wanted. Then the problem became I did not get the package that I wanted. Then the problem became I did not get the life partner that I wanted. Then the problem became I wanted son, I got daughter. I got daughter, I wanted son, whatever. Problems will just keep changing with time and age. There's no end to it. Yeah, we just have to choose to be happy and live life. Making sense? A happy teacher makes the best teacher. There's some teacher who professors who have so much knowledge, but when they enter the classroom, they come with so much pressure and tension that they just transfer it to the 50 people sitting in front of them. I feel you all are so important. You play such an important role in the lives of students. If a professor is happy, is calm, they are making 50 more people happy, isn't it? It's okay to show anger when it's needed, when students are not disciplined, they're not listening to you, they're troubling. It's okay to show anger. That's allowed, that is important, that is necessary. But let's not make that into a habit, because then the purpose of it is also lost. Students don't respect our words anymore. Like इनको तो आदत है चिल्लाते रहते, ये तो हमेशा ही सड़े रहते. That's how they talk, which they're not supposed to. That's how they talk. The intention with which we started to discipline them gets lost. It's easier to win the war by being a loving professor. It makes it much easier. Yes. So choose happiness in life. Just you decide, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to see the bright side of this. Yes, that's how it will make it easier. Then the next mantra. Sure, Redmi ji, I don't know the name, I'll answer. So that's how crazy our brain and our mind is. Nearly 50,000 thoughts cross our mind on a daily basis. Can you put it back on me? Okay, yeah, go to the next mantra. What to do? इतने विचार आते हैं, इतना परेशान करते हैं. So many thoughts come and they disturb us. If we start paying attention to each one of them, if we start sitting and analyzing each one of them and catering to each one of them, we would be mentally dead and exhausted. Yes or no? So much to do, so much to do at professional front, at personal front. Personal में भी दो फ्रंट होते हैं. एक तो what you need to do for the family, and second what you do for your want to do for yourself. So many people, they just finish their day doing for the college and for the family members. We don't even get time to doing what we want to do really in life. Yeah. So don't get caught up in the web of thoughts so much. Just let the mind be. Yeah, the mind and the body, they work in two different they have two different rules. At the level of body, we need to put effort. Like if you want to have a good body, a healthy body, you need to put effort. You need to walk, you need to exercise, you need to do yoga, you need to eat correct things, you need to put an effort. At the level of mind, the more effort you put, the more trouble it causes. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to get angry. I don't want to get irritated. Doesn't work. Doesn't listen to us. The mind is like a child. बच्चे को बोलते हैं ना ऐसी आग में उंगली नहीं डालना. The child goes like, wow, आग में उंगली नहीं डालना, चलो डाल के देखते हैं. The child doesn't listen. The child will do exactly opposite of what we say. That's how the mind is. You tell the mind, don't get angry, don't get angry. Doesn't go. Still stays with you. What to do with the mind? Let the mind be. Okay, go. Get angry. Go. Go. Get irritated. Go. Go get frustrated. Go. Do whatever you want to do. And then the mind does not know what to do. And it quietens down. That's what is meditation. Meditation is letting the mind be. Meditation is not focus. ध्यान का मतलब एकाग्रता नहीं है. ध्यान का मतलब विश्राम है. Meditation means relaxation, letting the mind be. So, what are the mind management mantras we've come across? First, we saw that the quality of our life depends upon the state of our mind. हमारा जैसा मन है वैसा जीवन है. Yes, you might be having amazing degrees and trophies and a lot of, things affiliated with your name. But if the mind is not happy or positive or healthy, everything else just falls apart. Yeah. Second, what we started with the mantras. The first mantra is paying attention to the energy levels. If your energy is low, 100% state of mind is going to be bad. If your energy level is up, your state of mind will be good. Yeah. So, how to work on the energy levels? Check on your food, your sleep, do some breathing things, activities, and fourth is do things that you like or love doing. Yeah. Could also add meditation to it. And then what we saw was, what was the next mantra? Prasannachit, a habit of being happy. Did you know Harvard's latest research says that when your mind is happy and when you are thinking positive, your immunity levels are high. When your mind is unhealthy, negative, upset, in fear, in anxiety, the immunity levels of the body starts going down. So in today's COVID times, it is so essential to keep a happy mind. जितना जरूरी काढ़ा पीना है और हल्दी का दूध पीना है, उतना ही जरूरी खुश मन भी रखना है. The fear and anxiety that has gripped the planet is lowering down people's health index. So many people have started looking towards pranayama and meditation that makes them feel more positive, happy, vibrant, and calm and settled in life. And that's what let us all experience right now for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, I think we have 10 minutes to go. So let's do that. And I think that's what answers your question. Someone asked how to calm down the mind. Just the way we clean our house every day, we brush our teeth every day, we take a bath every day, we wash the dishes every day, we need to clean our mind every day. The mind collects trash on a day to day basis. This person said this person did not say this person did this person did not do this. All this clutter and trash the mind collects. हर चीज सीख ली, सारा एजुकेशन सीख लिया, माइंड और इमोशन मैनेजमेंट कहीं नहीं सिखाया. At home we were told don't get angry, it's a bad habit. Don't shout, don't get irritated. But when we asked back to our parents how, they did not know. They said just don't get angry, don't get irritated. How not to get angry? I'm getting angry. So the technique was never taught anywhere. So mind management is an education in itself. That's what I feel. Yeah. So decluttering the mind, emptying the mind, just the way we empty the trash bin every day, is absolutely essential and mandatory. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं ध्यान किया था हमने पिछले हफ्ते, अभी फिर से मन खराब है. वो पिछले हफ्ते झाड़ू मारने से अभी घर नहीं रहता ना साफ. पिछले हफ्ते दांत साफ करने से आज थोड़ी फ्रेश रहता है। जिस तरह से इन सब के लिए रोज समय निकालते हैं, मन के लिए भी रोज निकालना पड़ता है समय, रोज निकालना पड़ता है, fortunately or unfortunately. Yeah. So let us do it right now. What we'll do is we will go into a pranayam that is called Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. That is the alternate nostril breathing. So nice, Rashmi ji. So good to hear. Yeah. So I'll tell you one very funny and interesting fact. This is called alternate nostril breathing, which is being sold in like good thousands of dollars in the US with the name coherent breathe. Coherent. I'm forgetting the name. It's very funny. Coherent breathing, something like that. I'll just tell you the name. It's very funny. Yeah, this is something that every Indian knows since childhood. And US people are packaging into a course and teaching them this alternate nostril breathing, coherent breathing pattern. So we will just experience it right now. Okay. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll place the thumb, our thumb on the right nostril. Yes. And this finger, the index and the middle finger in between the eyebrows, and our ring finger on the left nostril. ठीक है? Right पे thumb, left वाला left nostril पे index finger, और जो बीच के दो फिंगर है in between the eyebrows. ठीक है? ये little finger आपका free है. तो आप straight बैठेंगे, spine erect रख के, chin up. आप क्या करेंगे? You will close the right with the thumb. You will close the right nostril. You will breathe in from the left nostril. Then with the ring finger, you close the left nostril and you breathe out from the right. Breathe in from the right. Breathe out from the left. Breathe in from the left. Breathe out from the right. That's what we'll do. Okay, so we'll do 6 rounds of this. आंखें बंद करके करते हैं. Let's close our eyes. Sit straight. I'll just guide you into it. You can take position. Thumb on the left nostril, ring finger on the thumb on the right nostril, ring finger on the left nostril, and the other two fingers in between the eyebrows. Rachna ji, आप भी कर सकते हैं. Yeah. So let's breathe in from the left. Hold. Breathe out from the right. Breathe in from the right. Hold. Breathe out from the left. Breathe in from the left. Hold. Breathe out from the right. Breathe in from the right. Hold. Breathe out from the left. One last time. Breathe in from the left. Hold. Breathe out from the right. Breathe in from the right. Hold. Breathe out from the left. आंखें बंद ही रखें. Close your eyes and sit comfortably. You just meditate for some time. आंखें बंद रखिए, आराम से बैठ जाइए. I'll use both Hindi and English. Sit comfortably and easily. Just become aware of all the noises around you. आपके आसपास जो भी आवाजें हैं उनके प्रति सजग हो जाइए. Sound of people talking in your house, anything. लोगों के बात करने की आवाज हो, कुछ भी हो, उसके प्रति सजग हो जाइए. Be in harmony with the environment around you. लयबद्ध हो जाएंगे अपनी आसपास के प्रकृति के प्रति. Become aware of your body. अपने शरीर के प्रति सजग हो जाइए. Our body is a beautiful gift given to us by the divine. यह शरीर एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत भेंट है जो हमें ईश्वर ने दी है. Honor and respect your body. आदर और सम्मान करें इस शरीर का. Every incoming breath energizes the body and every outgoing breath relaxes the body. हर अंदर आती हुई श्वास शरीर को ऊर्जा देती है और हर बाहर जाती हुई श्वास शरीर को विश्राम. Take long deep breaths in and out. Take a normal breath in. Breathe out. अपने विचारों के प्रति सजग हो जाएं. Become aware of your thoughts. Do not resist any thoughts. किसी भी विचार को ना रोकें आने से. विचार अच्छे हो या बुरे उन्हें आने दें. Whether the thoughts are good or bad, let them come. Be in harmony with your thoughts. लयबद्ध हो जाएं अपने विचारों के साथ. Become aware of your feelings. अपनी भावनाओं के प्रति सजग हो जाएं. Whether you're feeling good or bad doesn't matter. Just be with it. अच्छा लग रहा हो या बुरा कोई बात, उसके साथ एक हो जाए. गहरी लंबी सांस अंदर. Long breath in and let go. You are peace. You are joy. You are love. आप ही प्रेम हो. आप ही शांति हो. आप ही आनंद हो. You already are what you're looking for. जिसकी तलाश में आप हो वो आप पहले से ही हो. Once again, become aware of your feelings. एक बार फिर अपनी भावनाओं के प्रति सजग हो जाएं. Become aware of your thoughts, अपने विचारों के प्रति. Become aware of your body, अपने शरीर के प्रति सजग हो जाएं. And become aware of the environment around you. अपने आसपास के प्रकृति के प्रति सजग हो जाएं. Feel grateful for whatever you have in life. कृतज्ञ महसूस करें जो कुछ है उसके लिए. Forgive all those against whom